Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are exploring one of the biggest financial shifts happening right now, the rise of BRICS currencies in Shiite and how it could reshape the global dollar system, international trade and commodity pricing. For decades, the US dollar has dominating global trade from oil to gold to international debt. Nearly 85% of global transactions are settled in dollars, but in 2025, this dominance is being challenged like never before, and BRICS nations led by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa are at the center of the challenge. Over the past year, BRICS has expanded to include several major energy producing commodity rich countries, including Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, and Iran. This expansion is not just political strategy. Together to enlarge BRICS group now control more than 40% of global oil productions and nearly 35% of global GDP on a purchasing power basis. The key agenda driving the alliance is de-dollarization, reducing dependence on the US dollar for trade settlement. Russia and China have already begun using local currencies for oil and gas trade, while India has started experimenting with rupee-based settlement for energy imports. At the recent BRICS BRICS summit in Johannesburg, the bloc finance ministers relieved that a new digital currency framework is under study, backed by a basket of members' currencies and possibly linked to gold or other commodities. While this project is still its nearly stage, it presents a long-term plan to create an alternative payments ecosystem outside of the US-controlled SWIFT system. Now, let's understand why this matter. Even 10 to 15% of global energy trade shift away from the dollar. It could significantly reduce global dollar demand that could put downward pressure on the US currency and potentially alter how countries store reserves. Central banks might diversify more heavily gold, yuan over BRICS linked digital assets. This trend is already visible. According to the World Gold Council, central banks have been buying gold at record level for two strategy years, especially China, India, and Russia. All BRICS members, these countries view gold as a neutral resource asset that can back future trade system. For the US, this shift face challenges. A weaker global demand for dollars could make borrowing cost higher, reduced to inflation of US sanctions, since fewer nations could rely on dollar-based networks. That's one reason Washington is closely monitoring the BRICS initiative and its potential currency plans. However, there are practical hurdles to creating a stable, trusted BRICS currency would require deep financial integration, consist monetary policies, and transparency, all difficult goals since how different these economics are. So while a full-scale alternative to the dollar is not imminent, and the environment toward a multipolar currency could have clearly begun. For commodity markets, especially oil, gold, and silver, this trend could be game-changing if energy or resource contracts start settling BRICS-linked currency. It could realign global trade flows, pressing the benchmarks and reserve strategy in long term could strengthen gold position as a global anchor asset and potentially push more investors toward real tangible stores of value instead of paper currency. In summary, 2025 is shaping up to be turning point in the global financial system. The US dollar is not disappearing but not longer unchallenged. The BRICS nation are building a parallel system, one trade agreement, one gold purchase, and one digital experiment at a time. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.